What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome all my new subscribers. I want to take a second and thank each and every one of you guys. You guys are all awesome. In today's video, I've got a good friend of mine's car that I'm going to be detailing for her. I wasn't going to shoot this video initially as far as the detail goes, but I said, heck, why not? I've got some good footage throughout the detail, so I figured why not throw a little detail video together for you guys to see kind of like my process. This is the first car that is pretty much covered with dog hair everywhere. She's got a beautiful German Shepherd and he sheds everywhere. So this is going to be my first time tackling a pet hair removal interior detail. So I wanted to bring you guys along with me and have some fun. I'll be doing this video a little different. I'll be doing voiceover. I didn't get every single step of the detail, so I'll try to explain it in the voiceover. You know, the steps that I went through that I missed. That way, you guys, try not to leave out bits and parts and whatnot. So that way, you guys kind of get the whole experience with that. So bear with me. Like I said, I wasn't gonna shoot this video, so if it's a little different and odd, just bear with me. I wasn't gonna shoot it. As you can see, I'm in complete different clothes. This is actually the following day that I'm shooting the beginning of the video. Car I did the other day. So just bear with me, guys. So let's get out and check out this Hyundai. I don't know, tomato. It is black. It is filthy. And it needs a lot of love, and I'm here to give it to it. So let's get out and check out this Hyundai and see the condition that it's in. All right, everybody, let's jump into a quick walk around on this Hyundai Elantra I'm going to be working on. Before that, I want to thank you guys for joining me on this video. It might be a little bit different. I didn't get every step, but I'm going to try my best in voiceover to fill you guys in on everything that I'm doing. Now, as you can see, the paint is trashed on this thing. I mean, it's bad. This is the worst car so far that I have done. And when we get to the interior, you will see why. This paint has a little bit of everything in it. It's got your scratches, your deep scratches, your swirls, your oxidation. I mean, you name it, it's got it. And we're going to do what we can to make this paint look good. We're not going after perfection at all whatsoever. But we're going to see what we can do to it. She really didn't want nothing done to the paint at all. She was concerned about some water spots, which we did, do a pretty good job getting rid of most of them. And I had a new product that I wanted to use, which is the Turtle Wax acrylic ceramic black polish. I have a video out on that already, and that was this car that I did it on. And if you haven't seen that video, feel free after this to go back and check out that video. That way you can see what made this car pop the way it does at the end of this video. So like I said, she didn't really want anything done with the paint, but I wanted to give her, I like to over deliver, and I wanted the car to look nice. So I did my thing, and she was very happy. So once we continue this walk around, like I said, this takes the cake for the worst car that I've done. And now when I say the worst car, it just required the most work, especially on the inside of the car. So let's finish this walk around. All right, on to the wheels. I start with soaking the fender liners with my super clean aerosol spray, get those nice and soaked. Then I'm going to take my P&S brake buster, diluted 3-to-1 in my little Home Depot pump sprayer. Those are $6 for that thing. It's awesome. I love it. Then I'm going to soak the wheel and tire down, and I'm going to take my easy detail brush, whatever brush you have to get down into the barrels. Clean the barrels, make sure those are as clean as I can get them. And then take my, other little detail brushes. I want to say I got them off Amazon, just regular detail brushes to clean the face of the wheel. And yeah, just pretty much get it as clean as I can get it. Now when it comes to the tires, I have a stiff bristle tire brush. I want to say it's from Chemical Guys, but when you're cleaning the tires, you can see here that the foam is brown. So what you're going to want to do is, if it's still brown, you're going to want to rinse that off and go in for another pass on the tire until that foam stays white. Once that foam stays white, then you got all the stuff off the tire, and you will be good to go for when you apply whatever kind of tire dressing that you're going to apply. You can see here as I'm going in for my second pass, the foam stays white, so I know I'm good. I mean, it has a little bit of brown on it, but what I like to do is wipe the tire down with mineral spirits after, odorless mineral spirits after, just to get that little bit. And as you can see here, the wheel looks fantastic. So don't let people fool you. There's better products. Find what works for you and stick with it. Now, before I rinse the car, I like to pre-soak the front of the car with my McKee's Roadkill Bug and Tar Remover. This stuff works absolutely fantastic. This is my second bottle of it, and I'm running low on it, but it does a fantastic job in breaking down all the guts from all the dried up bugs that have splattered all over the car. I spray the front windshield, I spray the side mirrors, and this had a lot of bird droppings on it. So I was going around and basically spraying anywhere that had bird poop or anything that needs to get broken up before the rinse process. That way it rinses off cleanly. So after the first thorough rinse down, most of the surface dirt is off the paint. Now I'm ready for my contact wash. So I'm going to be using my Soap Shooter 3000, and in my Soap Shooter 3000 is Purple Power Vehicle and Boat Wash. It's a higher pH level, soap to help remove traffic film and tar, stuff that might be stuck to the paint, a little bit easier than your normal pH neutral soap. And inside my soap shooter, I've got a few ounces of Super Clean to help aid in that breakup, just in case. Now, while it's dwelling and running down the fenders and everything like that, I take my little soft detail brush and I will go and get the grill, all the little intricate areas where your wash mitt just won't get. The mirrors, the side view mirrors underneath those, in the little cracks, the door handles, the gas door, stuff like that. That way those areas don't get missed, as well as the emblems. I have a smaller intricate detail brush that I use for the emblems, as you can see in my hand right there. And I'll just go around and dial in all those areas before I go in with my wash mitt and wash the car. And in my bucket, I've also got Purple Power Vehicle and Boat Wash as well. And what I like to do is add a few ounces of my Griot's Garage Brilliant Finish Rinseless Wash, just to give me a little extra lubrication, because I am going to be using the soap as a clay lubricant, and the Purple Power Vehicle and Boat is not the soap doesn't have the most lubrication compared to some other soaps. So that's why I add in a few ounces of the rinseless wash, just to give me that extra lubrication for my claying stage. Alright, so moving on to the decontamination process. Here I got my Nanoskin clay towel. Now I learned a valuable lesson here, guys. Normally I use my iron remover before I clay. This vehicle was heavily contaminated. Now, do you have to use an iron remover? No. But if your vehicle is heavily contaminated like this one was, I highly recommend it. It took me a long time to get the contamination out of the right side of this car due to me not being able to use my iron remover because it was so hot. The sun was baking the right side of the car. If you're in the direct sunlight and it's hot, do not use an iron remover. Trust me, it will dry and stain. It's a pain. I was able to use it on the left side, and it broke down everything for me to come around in clay, and it just came out so much easier. The iron remover really helps break down and dissolve those metal contaminants. That way, when you come in with your clay or your clay towel, they come out of the paint easier. And it's just really, really, really a good step, especially if your paint is heavily contaminated. Iron removers are key. All right, here we are on the rear floor mats. Getting to test out my lily brush here for the first time, and guys, this thing worked flawlessly. Absolutely delivered. And I highly recommend it if you have any dogs, cats, or any just pets in the car. It makes quick work of it, you know, pulling all the hairs up out of the carpet. It really does a fantastic job, and I'm really glad that I bought it. They have them for about 12 bucks on Amazon. And like I said, if you have pets in your car, you definitely need a lily brush. You can also use a pumice stone as well. It works just as good. But when you're using it on the interior around plastics, it can scratch the plastics. So I like to stick with the lily brush because the lily brush is a little bit safer for interior plastics and whatnot. Well, here I'm just vacuuming, you know, trying to get as much of the hair out as you can. Don't go stir crazy trying to pick those little, you know, hairs out. You know, just get it as good as you can. Here, after vacuum, I have my little HDX pump sprayer, and I got my super clean diluted 5-to-1. And I'm just gonna, you know, stay more focused to the stains. As you can see, I'm saturating a little bit more where the stains are. The rest of the carpet wasn't that bad, so no need to saturate the rest of the carpet and waste product. Once I get it all sprayed down, I'm gonna take my drill brushes and my drill. This is a little Harbor Freight drill. This thing was like 18 bucks, I think, and it's been working like a champ for me. No need to spend $200 on a drill. I mean, if I was a professional detailer and doing this every day, yeah, I might have to upgrade my drill. But for me, in my environment, for what I do, it works just fine for me. I'm not a professional. I am an enthusiast. All right, moving on to power washing the floor mats using my little Portland fret pressure washer from Harbor Freight. I don't know why people knock this thing. I love this thing, man. It was like under 100 bucks when I bought it, and had it for 2 years, not one issue. People knock it and say they're crap, but hey, as long as you purge the air out of the system before you turn it on, I mean, hey, I don't know what to tell you. The thing works good for me. So here we are on the inside of the interior. Yeah, I found pet hair in this thing where I didn't think pet hair can get. And let me tell you, this was a learning experience for me, and I want to say it was fun. It was fun to learn because I think learning is fun, especially when you're doing something that you enjoy doing. But I am very thankful for this lily brush right here. It came to the rescue for me on the interior of this car, and it made it much, much easier to get all this hair out. And like I said, if you have dogs and pets, please look into a lily brush. They will save you the time and heartache trying to vacuum hair out of the inside of your car. So yeah, just vacuuming, trying to get all the dog hair out as the next step for the interior of this car. So I am starting my cleaning process with the door panels. This is the right rear door, and as you can see, I have my work cut out for me. It is pretty bad, to be honest. And like I said, one of the worst cars I've done. Christina, if you're watching this, I love you and don't hate me for saying that, but this is probably the worst car I've done. And I mean, it's not her. She's got her dog Captain, beautiful German Shepherd. He's a good boy, but he likes to make a mess. I'm going to start with my super clean. You guys know I love that. It is diluted, I want to say it's around 7 to 1 or 8 to 1. When you spray the door, you don't want to oversaturate. Just put a nice layer across the door and then spray into your brush. And then what you're going to want to do is, I like to lather it up and bring up all that dirt into the foam. That's why I like seeing foam, because I can agitate, get that foam, and I know that dirt and everything is going to be lifted up into the foam. And then when I wipe that foam off, as long as you don't let it dry, you wipe that foam off, all that dirt's coming with it. So I'm using my interior detail brush here. I do have separate brushes for my rims and my interior and my paint. But I'm going to get inside the switches, get in all the nooks and crannies, and get all this dirt out of the door, and clean up this panel as good as I could. So one thing I want to note here, as you can see, I grabbed my air compressor. Now, everybody, I know everybody can't afford an air compressor. Believe me, I understand. But it is absolutely a fantastic tool for cleaning the interior. It allows you to blow out all the nooks and crannies, all the switches, the door, all the stuff where all the cleaner gets left behind. And I'm using a McGraw from Harbor Freight. And it was about I think it was $175, and it is a fantastic compressor for me and what I do. I use it on every detail. It works flawlessly, and as you can see here, the door panel turned out awesome. I was concerned with the streaks on the door, but I didn't realize that they were already there after I watched the video. And here, we start on the left side door panel, and I basically repeat the same process for each door panel and pretty much everything on the inside of the interior. Now I didn't get me cleaning the seats, but I use the same product, my Super Clean, that I use to clean the door panels, and instead I use a soft bristle brush to clean the seats, and that's about it. I use Super Clean on pretty much the entire interior except for the windows. Now I do love my Super Clean on the interior of the cars. You just got to be careful with dilution ratios, guys. If the interior really isn't bad at all and it just needs to be wiped down, I mean, you can get away with 10 to 1 on Super Clean, maybe even more than that. Maybe go 15 to 1 if it just needs a light wipe down, you'll be fine. If it's really, really bad on the interior, I'll use 5 to 1. I will not go any lower than 5 to 1. If you use it full strength, like I did one time when I first started using it, it actually took the white lettering off of my dad's BMW on the left side, the turn signal switch. And that's when I learned how strong really Super Clean was. So, if you're doing an interior that's not bad, start out at like 10 to 1, and you'll be fine. Work your way down from there. But I'm using the Super Clean in my spray bottles around 7 to 1, 8 to 1. Yeah, and it did just fine on this interior, and it was pretty bad. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll let you guys finish watching me clean the interior and go from there. Oh, and by the way, you want to mix it with distilled water in your spray bottles. I forgot to mention that. When you're diluting your Super Clean or whatever interior cleaner that is, that comes full strength like that. It doesn't have to be Super Clean. Whatever you dilute it to, make sure you mix it with distilled water. It won't leave residue from the minerals that are left in the water. So I like using distilled water when I dilute any of my products. So yeah, just had to throw that in there. All right, everybody, let's have a look at the finished product while we go around here with this quick walk around of the finished product. I just want to thank you guys again for coming along and watching this video. I know it was kind of random and kind of awkward the way this video was put together. I did not intend on making a video, but I did have some footage and I started off filming. It got too late in the day and I didn't have time to shoot and film every single step of the detail. But in future videos I will for sure, when I'm not as pressed for time, I will shoot a more in-depth detail video, because I know, my viewers and subscribers are going to have more questions, which if you do have any questions, please drop them in the comments. I will do my absolute best. I like to get back to all my subscribers and their comments and questions. So if you guys have any questions, just drop them in the comments. Not a problem. The paint here just looks absolutely fantastic to me, and that is thanks to the Turtle Wax acrylic ceramic black polish. Did an absolute fantastic job on this paint. It looks amazing. The tires, they look fantastic. They're dressed right now, as you can see here, with Ethos Tire Shine. Ethos Tire Shine is probably one of my favorites, next to CarPro Pearl. It just gives the tires a nice deep black look. Not too shiny for me. I'm more of a satin finish kind of guy. But you can see just as I walk around this thing, it's shimmering in the lights. There was a little Lightning McQueen moment right there. And here's the best part, the interior. It turned out absolutely awesome, guys. I was happy. She was happy. She was thrilled, actually. She couldn't believe it. It looks like a totally different car. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not too sure what else I can go over, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments about any products that I used. I used Super Clean for the entire interior, except for the windows, which I used my Shiny Detail Glass Cleaner for that. On the exterior of the car, I used my Purple Power Vehicle and Boat Wash, mixed with a little bit of Griot's Garage Brilliant Finish Rinseless Wash for the lubrication. To clay the vehicle, I used my Nanoskin Clay Towel. Also used my Eagle One Black and Plasti Coat Wheel Cleaner as my iron remover on the left side of the car that wasn't in the sun. Like I said, this car just turned out absolutely awesome. What else did I use? I want to say that's pretty much it product wise. The paint, I used my the paint prep. I used my Clean Strip Prep All as the paint prep to get it ready for the polish from Turtle Wax. Interior dressing. Interior dressing, also an Ethos product. I used my Ethos Car Care Interior Detailer to wipe everything down and give it some UV protection, and also it has odor eliminator, so it made the inside smell really, really good. It smelled like a tropical getaway on the inside of this car, and I love that stuff. Smells really good. It dries to a nice satin finish. You can see there's no residue whatsoever on the plastics or the interior, which what I like. And yeah, this thing turned out awesome, guys. I want to thank you guys. If you like this video, please subscribe, support the channel, and I'll catch you guys all on the next video.